am Aloma McKay, and this is your Black History Moment with Radical Scholars. Today we're going to talk about Dr. Mae C. Jemison. She was the first African American woman to enter into space. Well, Mae Jemison was born in Decatur, Alabama on October 17, 1956. She always had the dream of wanting to go into space as a child, and so she worked hard in school. Mae Jemison finished high school at the age of 16. So she went on to Stanford University, where she studied engineering. She also enjoyed dance and theater production. By the time she was a junior in college, she was trying to decide whether she wanted to be a doctor or a professional dancer. Those were both very real options for her. Well, she chose medicine. So she went on to get her degree in chemical engineering and then went on to get a medical degree. She went on to work for the Peace Corps. After working for the Peace Corps for 2 years, Dr. Jemison returned to the U.S., where she became a general practitioner, like the doctors that you and I go to. And she also studied graduate level engineering classes. She did these things at the same time. Dr. Jemison finally realized her childhood dream of going into space on September 12, 1992. She went into orbit aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour. While on the Endeavour, she was a science mission specialist. A science mission specialist. Well, what does that mean? That means she actually did experiments on the crew that she was with. One of the things that she did was she tested their bone density while in space. Really important stuff. So that's what we know Dr. Mae C. Jemison for, being the first African American woman in space. Well, today, in honor of Dr. Mae C. Jemison, what we're going to do is we're going to make our own straw rockets. You ready? Let's do it. Here is what you're going to need: a pencil, tape, a rectangular piece, a set of fins, and a straw to launch. I will post a link in the description that will have the template for these cutout pieces. Okay, so here is what needs to happen. We are going to simply roll the rectangular sheet lengthwise along the pencil. Now you might need someone to hold it for you while you get the tape, or you can get your tape before you roll it on there. So I think I will do that. Let's get a piece of tape at least so we can hold it in place. And we will roll it around the pencil and then tape it shut. Just like that. And I am going to put tape on the entire length of it, but don't tape it to the pencil because you're going to want this to come off of the pencil. You want it to slide off of the pencil really easy, okay? So here we go. It's on there, and the pencil can come out. That's what we want, okay? So now we have that, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our fins while it's still on the pencil, and we're gonna tape it to the ends. Well, not all the way to the end, But right about here, I'm gonna put a piece of tape right there to hold that first piece. So I'm gonna hold that piece down like that. I'm not gonna do this end yet, but I'm gonna turn this over, and then I'm going to put my second fin on. I'm gonna line it up on this side and put another piece of tape around it. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna take another piece of tape and put over here. Now you might have to tear that tape in half just a little bit because it might be too wide. So I always tear that tape a little bit like that. So I'll just have a little piece of tape like that. I'll put the other piece over here in case I need it. And I will try not to put the pointy parts down, but just the rectangular piece. Tape the rectangular piece to it. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing and how I'm getting it on there. Okay, so now my fins are on, but notice how they're flat. So all I want to do is I want to fold these out a little bit. We're almost done. Okay, so here we have that. Now, notice how this comes off. I want to use this point of the pencil. It's not a very sharp point. I'm going to pull this up and I'm just going to twist the tip of this almost like it's a candy wrapper. So you see how it's open like that? We don't want it to stay open. We want to twist the tip of it like that so it becomes like a candy wrapper. All right. Now, this would work fine, except it needs thrust, meaning I need something to power my rocket. This pencil is definitely not going to do that. So I remove the pencil. Remember we had our straw? Well, that's where the straw comes in. The straw goes in this end, and I normally like to bend that up just a little bit. And there you have it. You have created a rocket. You can decorate it any way you like. Macy Jemison was a little girl who only dreamed of going into space. She worked hard, became an engineer, a medical doctor, and an astronaut until she finally realized that dream of going into space. Well, you have finished making your very first straw rocket, and I hope you enjoyed spending time with me again today, and I'll see you next time here with Radical Scholars. Remember, the link for the template is in the description, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.